All right, cool. Hello, everyone.
Wait, Marissa, wait a minute. Hang on. Sorry. We don't have any viewers, so I'm going to wait till 12.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure it would go
so ready.
You're like jumping in there. And I'm going to introduce you eventually.
Oh.
I think we can edit this out, though.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Right. Hey, look, it's Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Marissa says hi.
Hi.
Eventually. We are live, but no one's watching yet.
Oh, so we can't. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till exactly 12 o'clock and then start. And then when we're done with this, I'm going to edit all of this out.
Okay, good. Am I trending? Am I trending yet?
Not yet. You're not trending yet, no.
No.
I'm always trending. It's just not trending as high.
Right.
Best response. I just peeked for today.
No. Okay, bye. Ooh, there's someone watching. Hello, person watching.
Cry. Hi. Who is it?
I don't know. I don't actually get to see who it is, so I'm going to 1 minute, and then we'll get started, and then we'll go.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens.
All right, I'm gonna put the timer on just so I'm policing myself. All right. Oh my God, no.
Are you next to a church? Oh, we've got two whole viewers.
I'm putting myself on a timer just so I'm mindful of
how
long I talk.
It's noon. So welcome to the people watching, or person or people watching the very first ULU Coffee Break with Marissa Richardson, who is the Program Coordinator for Outreach for Older Adults in the Westchester Library System, and she is going to be talking today about working with music and MP3 players and stuff with older adults. So I'm going to hand her over the screen, and you guys can all listen to her in her awesomeness.
All right, thank you, Lauren. Yes, so my presentation is Make a Heart Sing, Music and Memory at the Library. And so this presentation will do a dual thing. We'll have two things. How we implemented music and memory at the library, Westchester Library System, as well as how you can implement music and memory at the library. So let's dive in, okay? The first thing that I want you to keep in mind is what's your best memory connected to music. Perhaps there's a song that you really hate on the radio so much that you make fun of it. Perhaps there is a song that you remember from college, high school, that kind of thing. And what memories that triggers. So I want you to keep that in mind while we're going along here. So we see, there's music and there's memories connected to it. So you always have these ideas of what is behind music. So I'm sure that some of you might find some of these images familiar, in which case that's great. Yes. So the idea is, in 2006, Dan Cohen created this organization, Music and Memory. And what he did was he went into nursing homes and worked with people suffering from dementia and Alzheimer's. And he said, why can't we introduce music into these care plans? So what he did is he got out an iPod Shuffle, those tiny little iPod Shuffles that everybody used to use back in the mid-2000s. And he made a personalized playlist for people enjoying the music. So his playlists were about 90 minutes, about 30 songs. And what he saw was this increase in compliance with care plans, an increase in activity, an increase in wanting to eat, wanting to take medications, and overall just happiness. I mean, just seeing people happy. And in 2014, there was a documentary called Alive Inside that was produced to educate people about this program. If anybody's interested, that link is for the Alive Inside official trailer, and you could click on that later on. So if long-term nursing homes can do it, why can't libraries do that? So why the library? So we know that the rate of aging in America is increasing vastly. By 2015, the number of people who are 65 plus will number to 89 million, which is twice the stats of 2010. And for anybody who's interested in getting these from the Center for Disease Control. And because of this, people suffering from memory problems are a growing patron population. Now remember, that also includes friends, family, and caretakers. And keep your personal experiences in mind too, because I'm sure that many of you know somebody who is struggling with this. And currently, Alzheimer's and dementia are becoming a cause of death in 1 in 3 senior citizens. For those who are interested, that's from the Alzheimer's Association. So right now, the stats are 850,000 people are currently caretakers for those people. So when I'm talking about these numbers, how many of these people are patrons that you work with every day? So the idea is that this music and memory program offers relief not only to people who are suffering with dementia and Alzheimer's, but for caretakers of these people. So here we start. So I talked to the Suffolk library system. I talked to Valerie Lewis and Catherine Gibbon. And the Suffolk County library system has been running this program for a while. And because the library system serves multiple libraries, they offered for libraries to pitch in $1,000 for the cost of the program. Now that is iPods, the chargers, over-the-ear headphones, because remember, a lot of these people do have hearing aids, and cost of the music. And with the iPods, the county loans out those on long-term loans. So that is for 6 months, and those 6-month loans can be renewable. So with that, we decided to take the program in 2 ways. So there's the DIY, and the idea is that we get a caregiver to want to do this. So the caregiver gets the refurbished iPod and music player themselves. We all have a junk drawer. We possibly have that one iPod that we used in the mid-2000s and threw away because we got an iPhone. So this is a good time to go to that junk drawer, or perhaps contact somebody in your family who has that and say, hey, can I borrow that? Patron attends an orientation that's hosted by the library, and the patron learns about free music offered through the library. So if you have Freegal subscriptions, this is a good time to market that program. And the patron downloads music and introduces music to the person that they are caring for. It depends on what this person's schedule is. Perhaps this person enjoys music after dinner, visiting family. That is the caregiver's prerogative and what they want to do. So there's also long-term loans, and that's a one-on-one component. If the patron can't provide an MP3 player, there's a loan component. So librarians loan them out for up to 6 months. And with that comes multiple renewals. And also what the librarian does is they sit down with the caregiver and makes out the personalized playlist. So in this component, the library is responsible for the cost of the iPods, the wall chargers, but as well as the personalized music. But what's also encouraged is that the caregiver can take the personal music collection of the four and use that as their personalized playlist. Now, in exchange for this one-to-one program, because once again, with this, you need money, and with money, you need feedback in order to receive grant funding. The patron has to give feedback once every 6 weeks. Have you noticed any changes? Have you noticed compliance? One of my clients that I'm working with, her father hadn't played the piano for 5 years. Once she introduced that personalized playlist, after 3 weeks, he began to gain interest in the piano. And by 4 weeks, he actually started playing the piano again, which is such an emotional, such a huge thing for somebody who is struggling with dementia. To see somebody implement that and see somebody take up a hobby that they previously didn't take up before. But however, remember, you see that shuffle and see how small it is? Expect these to go absent. They're small and they're easy to lose. Right now in the system, we have a component where you don't have to pay for the cost of the iPod if you loan out an iPod with us and they go missing. Now that could be different in your library. It's up to you what you want to do with that. To give you an idea of a sample budget, this is what we do. The cost of the iPods is $49. And what I want to implement too is with iPod shuffles, we're not trying to market Apple. It's just that they're the most low-tech option that we could think of. Now you see from the previous picture, we have a very clear play button, we have the very clear skip button, and we have the volume increases. We use that because it's so low tech and it's very easy to learn. So also wall chargers, not all of your patrons will have a computer to charge it. We have the over-the-air headphones. We get that from Gov Connections, but if you have another low-price wholesale provider, that's your prerogative. There's the iTunes gift cards. Average cost is $129 per song. That is also what you decide to do with it. This is a sample budget. If anybody else wants to do this, please email me in private, and we will talk about this. So remember, every patron is different. So there's an expectation for the DIY portion for patrons, for caregivers to know how to download music to a music platform and how to sync music to an iPod. And for some patrons, that can be frustrating. So a good way to gauge the digital literacy of your patron is to ask interested patrons how they enjoy music. Music is a very personal thing for a lot of people. So if you get somebody started on, oh, I really love listening to music on CDs, or I love listening to music on the radio, you can open up a conversation of, have you used iTunes before? Have you used this music platform? Have you used Freegal? And from there, you can include tutorials into your orientations. Now remember, whichever one you pick, if you pick the DIY orientation, that could take the form of a program where you work with multiple people. If you take the one-on-one option, you're working with that person, one-on-one, and you're teaching them on their time and how to sync music onto iTunes. So also, this is a good time to open up Caregiver Resources. This is a good time to know about what caregiver resources are in your area. So do you have hospice in your area? Do you have car services? Do you have home health aides, daycare centers, community support groups? All of this is very important because this is a very trying time for many people, for many patrons. So this is a good time to ask your patrons what they already know. And if they already know about caregiver resources in the area, that's great. If they don't, offer referrals to these services. This is also basis on if you've developed a relationship with these services in your outreach. This is a good time to reach out to hospice, to home health aides, to daycare centers, see what they do, and also market this program. So with that in mind, the Music and Memory program is a program that you can definitely do in your library. And here's my works cited. And if anybody's interested, please contact me at mrichardson@wlsmail.org if you want to have a more private conversation with me about how to implement this. And yes, thank you so much for watching. All right.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Marissa.
Okay.
And that was quick, and that was our coffee break. Less than 15 minutes, which is also awesome. If you have any questions, you can email Marissa or you can tweet them at ULU NYC, and we'll make sure they get to her. Thank you. Have a good rest of your lunch break. Bye.
Yay.